My favourite club at the moment. Despite a letter and a telephone call, there wasn't a ticket for me here. But after an hour's delay, they've let me in after the kick-off, but by all accounts I haven't missed much. In last week's opening matches of the championships, Torino lost 3-2 at home to Sampdoria, and newly promoted Lazio won a point at Cesena with a goalless draw. I've seen both sides in the Italian Cup. Torino looked lightweight against Verona, and Lazio won at Udine with a single goal from Sosa and qualified for the last 8. You're due to join me for the goals, and although these games between these two sides often finish 0-0, both defences already look suspect, so we could have goals here in the Stadio Olympia. This is David Willacy for Radio Bedfordshire Sport and Mondo Italiano, Rome. Here in the Stadio Olympia in Rome, but it's one which we didn't expect, and one which certainly wasn't deserved. In the 38th minute of the game, Edu, playing his first game of the season for Torino, had done absolutely nothing until he took a free kick some 35 yards out. It took a cruel deflection off the four-man wall, leaving the experienced Martini on the floor and having no chance at all. Lazio have done most of the attacking, and their midfield player Pin has twice gone close. But that's how it goes. So the score is Lazio 0, Torino 1. Welcome back to the Stadio Olympia here in Rome. Lazio supporters will be absolutely delighted to know that the second goal was theirs, a most thoroughly deserved equaliser that came right on the stroke of half-time. In the 7 minutes since Torino took an undeserved lead from that free kick from Edu, Lazio have done most of the attacking, and they've had 3 shots blocked. The last of these from Dazzotti went for a corner. That was taken over on the left. Centre half Gugucci came up more or less unmarked in the 6-yard box and placed a powerful header to the left of the goalkeeper. In his delight, he jumped over the photographers, made straight for the south curve, only to find, of course, that there's nothing there but concrete and a few earthworks. No spectators at all, so he had to turn round and get his applause from the North Bank, where there are about 8,000 Lazio supporters, absolutely delighted with that goal. It's a goal that they deserved. It came right on the stroke of half-time. The score, Lazio 1, Torino 1. It's David Willacy for Radio Bedfordshire Sport and Mondo Italiano in Stadio Olympia, Roma. After 2 championship matches in Serie A, Milan, Internazionale and Sampdoria remain unbeaten. Napoli, who hoped to be up there with them, lost 1-0 to newly promoted Lecce, whose goal was a fine diving header from defender Baroni. Milan simply overran Pescara, and Pisa, away to Internazionale, made the mistake of scoring the first goal. Internazionale wakened up and hit 4. Fiorentina scored all 3 goals in their 2-1 win over Ascoli, Battistini scoring an own goal, but Ascoli simply couldn't get an equaliser and remained pointless along with Pisa and Como. 2 South Americans made the headlines in Atlanta. The Brazilian Ever scored in the 2-2 draw with Verona, whose fast left-sided Argentinian Caniggia was sent off for arguing with referee Paparezza from Bari. My Goal of the Day award goes to Zavarov, who hit a blinding left-foot drive to open the scoring for Juventus at Cesena. But Cremona was the place to be for goals in Series B, where Cremonese took a 2-1 lead over Udinese in the first 7 minutes, but then lost 3-2.
3 defeats in the first phase of the
Parma
Italian
and
Cup
Avellino
have suggested that
joined
Padova
Genoa
are at risk of relegation this season,
from 6 matches.
and their opponents
It's going to be
today in
tight.
this compact
For
Stadio
example, Regina
Appianani are
in
the
bottom
in-form
half of the
Series
league,
B team,
but are only 1 point
Sambenedettese,
behind the leaders.
who defeated Bologna
Here in
2-0 3
Roma,
weeks ago
Lazio are
and
not
qualified
my
for the
favourite
second
club.
phase of the
They
Cup.
didn't let me into the Padova were so disappointing in that competition, but only 4,000 saw their match here with the Red goals. But on a very hot afternoon here in northern Italy, the crowd is much bigger than that, and there's been a sense of excitement in the air for the last hour. Padova manager Buffoni has made several changes for this first championship match of the season, shuffling his back five, but keeping the captain Serie as sweeper. Up front he relies on Simonini, who looks remarkably like Lou Macari, to lead an attack of about two, with Ferminelli as provider. Sambenedettese have former internazionale and Italy star Domenghini in charge, and he has a lineup which contains two central defenders and no sweeper, very much in the English style.
But sadly,
for those of you who know this ground, Padova will be defending the goal nearest a multi-dome basilica. We would call it the town end. And Sambenedettese, in the most attractive shirts I've seen for a long time, a shiny red and navy blue halves, defend the goal behind which their supporters are standing. There are only 15 of them, but well, it's a long way to travel. You won't be with me again until this first league championship match of the season is over, but I look forward to that. This is David Willacy for Radio Bedfordshire Sport and Mondo Italiano in the Stadio Appiani, Padova.
It was a poor game. The critics expected a goalless draw, and to be honest, it felt like
Padova
one.
failed to win a game in the first phase of the Italian Cup,
last week,
so it was a surprise here today when they
result.
beat informed Sambenedettese by 2-0. After 15 minutes, Ferminelli was fouled in midfield.
And getting home was
he
just
took
as
the free
difficult
kick himself,
as getting into
striking the ball cleanly over the right back, where his captain Serie had made a late run. He had time to control it and score low to the keeper's left. Then, just before half-time, and with only their fourth serious strike at goal, Padova went 2-0 up, when Simonini collected the ball wide on the right, cut inside the full-back and placed a gentle shot wide of the advancing goalkeeper. Sambenedettese were more adventurous in the second half, but the man-to-man marking of Padova destroyed their pattern and prevented them from creating any real chances, and on the break Padova could have added more goals. Both Ferminelli and substitute Montroni missed easy chances, but the partisan crowd of around 16,000 didn't worry too much. As for the visitors, they had more shots at goal than Padova, but in the end looked disheartened. Manager Domenghini, the former Italian star, knows that a performance like this on Wednesday against Milan will be the end of his cup hopes, and he needs to look again at a suspect back four playing without a libero. Such is the way of things in Italy. Padova with 2 clear goals will be top of the Series B table in tomorrow's paper. If Padova stay there and get promotion, some people will believe that St. Anthony, the patron saint of this city, has performed yet another miracle. This is David Willacy for Radio Bedfordshire Sport and Mondo Italiano, Padova. Such is the way of things.